Today's event was certainly something that was a long time coming. We thought it would be a great opportunity to bring together 3 affiliates who were engaged in coalition building to advance education equity. So the 3 affiliates are the Urban League of Louisiana, the Urban League of Greater Southwestern Ohio, and the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.
So this event is about presenting the learning from the education equity work that we've done, building public will, building power, building trust, building community.
The work to me was about how do you share what is really happening on the ground with my colleagues so that they can sort of glean opportunities for them to do similar work.
This was a great opportunity for us to network, learn new ideas, and new things that we can take back and work in South Carolina.
Our Urban League of Nebraska, we had the Building Public Will grant before the pandemic. And a lot of that work was really bringing in families into the schools that we serve, and also working with the young folks in the schools to build a community with educators, building principals, and community leaders so that we could improve the attendance outcomes in our city.
So in Southwest Ohio, I lead our policy work, and a part of that is education equity. And we are so excited to share the work of the Black Caregiver Network, as well as the toolkit that they created, and show national and other affiliates and funders the work that we've been doing in Southwest Ohio.
In the next coming weeks, we're actually going to be presenting our full toolkit to the superintendent. We introduced it a couple weeks ago, and the superintendent has granted us a meeting. And then from there, we're going to be looking at those individual schools and attacking any issues that those schools or those parents have uplifted.
One of the things that we definitely want to make sure that we're clear on is that it takes the energy and effort of all partners and the commitment of all partners in these coalitions.
Coalition is important. You see some of the best practices from around the country, from experts from New York to LA. Being in a Midwestern affiliate, it's always good to see what other folks are doing. So you get to see what they're doing with families, you get to see the work they're doing with educators, you get to see some of the policy work they're doing at the state level. And all that work goes to inform what we do in Omaha, but also informs other areas around the country.
I was brought on in March of last year to the Urban League, where we were charged with starting some kind of advocating group that dealt with education. And so we decided what better way to do that than to ask parents directly versus, the Urban League dictating what parents wanted to hear, us getting other organizations. We actually wanted to be boots on the ground and find out what the people wanted. And we made sure that they were supported within their school. So each one of those parents either sits on a PTO or the LSDMC governing body of that school.
Our parents, as a result of the work that we've done, have built coalitions with not only educational organizations and schools, but with the entire district. So our parents are the ones that are sought out by, the chairman of the Board of Education and school board members for best practices, for advice, for things of that nature. And that is something that we wanted to do to move them from the traditional roles of parents to transformational roles.
Build strong relationships with our state superintendent in Baton Rouge and New Orleans. We produced our education equity report for the 2nd and 3rd time. It's being utilized, and we have a scorecard that's adopted by the Baton Rouge area public school system to evaluate the progress that they are making on closing those gaps that exist.
I think we really need to work hard to make parents feel really welcome. We need to make sure that we're bringing parents in, giving them the information, seeing the growth, being able to deliver something that lasts and that is sustainable for them with their families.
When you give parents the things that they need to become stakeholders, they actually take that on and they feel empowered and they can do many, many things. And that's really exciting to see.
The biggest takeaway for me today is the power of the Urban League. The Urban League is a convener,